What's up, y'all? It's your boy Mean. Welcome to the channel where anime and manga means more. And this time we're reviewing One Piece chapter 655. So we start off with the Sunny being tossed around, and there's an island in the background, and it's on fire. Thunder's going, everything's happening. And Luffy sees the island, and he wants to go on a side mission, even though none of the log posts is pointing at that island. But during this, the crew pick up a distress call from that island, right? They deduce that from the island because it's from a mini or whatever, baby Din Mushi or whatever. So it couldn't have come from any other island. So now they're going to that island, and that island's on fire. Stuff is being burnt up. The fish they caught got burnt up. It's just an inhabitable island. And now they got to go to it because Luffy wants. Oh shut. Because Luffy wants to go to that island to save whoever was on there giving the distress call. They just sent out a signal, just to because they need help. And they said that some samurais is killing people, and it's cold, extremely cold where they're at. But yet the call gets traced by Smoke Dog. Oh man. And the cat's up there on this refrigerator getting ready to drop something off and break a whole bunch of stuff. So when we cut to Smoke Dog, man, Smoker got a big gash on his head. It wasn't just a little bit above his eye. He got a big gash. Somebody bust his head open. Some hockey user, I'm up here trying to make sure that this cat doesn't do something foolish. But some hockey user bust Smoker's head wide open to the white meat. It wasn't like the white cloud, the white meat was showing. And anyway, the Straw Hats is getting ready to go out because Luffy wants to go to the island, but nobody else wants to go. So they pull a straw to see who's going to go. And Usopp just happens to come up, and he's getting picked. And he's like, uh-oh. He said, anybody want to trade with me? And we find out that Nami learned Sky Island transportation because she uses that cloud, what's that called? Milky Way or whatever. That cloud thing that they used in Sky Pier where you can actually ride a boat on the cloud. So that's going to come in handy. Matter of fact, it came handy just now. They was able to go over top of the flames and get into the island. But she don't know how long that, where the cloud ends. So whether they're going to get to the island or not. It might stop in the middle of the fire. Also, we don't know how long that cloud's going to be there. So, but she's still there, so she'll be able to make another one just in case they get, trapped on the island. Another funny thing we get is once they're going towards the island, Zoro and Luffy, they just eating. They have no problem with it. Robin just chilling. Usopp's like, oh man, I don't know if we should go to this island, blah, blah, blah. Zoro said, oh, you still coward from 2 years ago. He said, you still got that cowardice in you. And then my man Usopp, he said, nah, I ain't scared of nothing. He said, just I got this disease. This disease that keeps me from going to new islands. So he back up to his old tricks. So, and I like that because he's not as bad a coward as he was before, but it's still in him. So he's still developing. So great. We figure out why they're on the island. There's like this fortress that got the government logo and Marines logo and stuff on it. So the government used to have a base on this island, and judging by the name of the island, Punk has it. I'm guessing that's where Vegapunk used to be. That's what I'm saying right now. Vegapunk probably was there. But and on top of that, the guy who sent the call, Usopp, was smart. He kept thinking. He said the guy on the Dendemushi said that he was cold, that he was freezing cold. So why is it hot on that island? The island's on fire and it's hot and whatnot. And also Nami notices that the clouds above it are like clouds that create blizzards. So why is it hot on that island? Why isn't it snowing? That makes me think that this island, and Robin says that this might not be natural. It might have been caused by somebody or something or whatever. So that makes me think that this was a winter island. And if this is a winter island, Vegapunk came from a snowy island too back in the Grand Line. So he would feel comfortable here. So I'm thinking Vegapunk was at this island. Next thing we find out, a dragon, it looks like a fire-breathing dragon appears out of nowhere. And there was a giant skull that was there. I guess a giant, a giant person, this guy was huge, took on that dragon and lost. That's what it looks like. And now the crew is getting ready to prepare for battle just in case they got to face this dragon. And I'm telling you, this chapter was good. This chapter was good. And now that we see this dragon, you already know what that means. Dragon zones are coming next. Matter of fact, he might be a dragon zone, but I highly doubt it because the flames on that island been there for a while. They said it's been there for a couple years, so I doubt he would stay in dragon form just keeping flames going. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking that this is just a regular dragon. But you know what that means, that there's dragons that even now that still exist. We're going to get dragon zones. So for this chapter, we get a mystery and a chase from Smoker, and we left off on a good cliffhanger. This was a good chapter. My deduction is that the dragon must be causing that fire, and that's what happened. The dragon moved there a certain time ago, and it's causing that fire. And the government had to hightail it out of there. And the reason why stuff is being left on that island is because the government had to hightail. They couldn't cover it up like they wanted to. I think that, and just like everybody else, the other side of the island is still snowing and still cold, because the dragon's flames and heat can only go a certain distance. So he got one side of the island, the other side of the island is still snowing and cold. Probably on this side of the island where the dragon's at, the snow is just melting and then dissolving and evaporating before it even touches the ground. Now the guy that called the Straw Hats said he got stabbed by some samurais. The guy who got stabbed may possibly be a Nakama to join the Straw Hats. I'm already predicting that he might just join them for a little while, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna join them. I mean, where else he's gonna go? He probably gonna join the Straw Hats for a while, or he might become a permanent crew member. But I'm doubting it's a permanent crew member, you know, just off the bat without getting the arc, you know, of introduction first. But he might join the Straw Hats for a little while. Zoro is going to get to show off his skills a little bit because he's going to be able to face some samurais. Now, these samurais that we heard of that might be on this island, might not be them because this is not their island, are like super strong. The world government don't even mess with that island. That's how strong these samurais are. And they seem to be ruthless. They are ruthless. And one thing I'm betting is the dragon is probably friendly. I'm betting that. And the reason why is because we just got a glimpse of, you know, what's that dude? Pokemon, whatever the dude from Big Mom's crew. And he's talking. The dragon, I believe, can probably talk. Just like a human and whatnot. And they're going to talk it out, you know, chop it up with the dragon real quick. And then they're going to go save the dude. And plus, the guy who's on the island, he might have had to go past the dragon. Because he said it's cold. If he's seen that the island was cold, he probably would have went there with a coat on or something. But since he came through the same way that the Straw Hats went through the fire and all that, he thought it was going to be hot on the island. When he got to the other side of the island, it was freezing cold. And then he got ambushed by some samurais, and his people was getting killed. So I'm believing that he's going to have to join the Straw Hats for a little while, at least for a little while. But yeah, this was a good chapter. So we starting off the new world with a nice bang. We right into the action. We got some comedy. We got a chase. We got a little mystery. We got to figure out what's going on with this island and what happened and why the samurai's there. So yeah, this was a good chapter. Anyway, you guys can go ahead and leave your comments. Let me know what you think. And rate the video, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.